Hey, what's up guys, TechTine here, and I am back again with a brand new video. So welcome back to the channel. So I have some good news for you guys. So my semester with school is over, which means I have the time and I can dedicate most of my holiday in making videos. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed, and yeah, follow me on Instagram, and if you guys want to stay more updated. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with today's video. Enough introduction. And yeah, so in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the camera on the Alcatel 3V, and I've taken enough shots on this phone to really give you guys a solid conclusion. So the full review of this phone will come right after the camera tests. Alright, so here is your camera specs. So let's start with the rear facing camera. So you do have a 16.5 megapixel, and there are dual lenses on here plus a flash. So a 16.5 megapixel as well as a 5 megapixel camera. The 5 megapixel camera is supposed to act as a sensor for portrait mode, which I will be discussing that. The video shoots at 1080p and maxes out at 2.1 megapixels, and your focal length is at 4.05 millimeter. Your ISO range is from 100 to 6400. The aperture is f1.8, so that's pretty good. It does support video stabilization. It is software stabilized, not really optical, so keep that in mind. And your front-facing camera, it's an 8 megapixel camera with a 2.1 megapixel video up to 1080p, a focal length of 2.5 millimeter, 100 to 1600 ISO range, and an f2.2 aperture. Also supports video stabilization. It is via software, of course. So that's really it. Now, to access the camera, you can pretty much just double tap the power button and it will take you right to the camera interface, or if you want, just tap the camera app and you will get to the camera. So a couple of things that we need to discuss. So quickly, the camera interface is simple, straight to the point, just point and shoot. And yeah, you have your different variety of ratios. You have your 4:3, 16:9, 1:1, or just the standard if you want to get that kind of wide view, take advantage of the 16:9 display. You can definitely do that. You also have your HDR, which you can turn on and off. I do recommend it on or auto at all times, but I will talk more about picture quality too, so you'll have an expectation of this phone. So you'll have kind of sort of expectations of the pictures that are taking on this phone. You have your timer and your flash. On the bottom you have a couple of options. So you have auto portrait mode, AR emoji, pano, manual, filter, time-lapse, as well as light trace. And you also have, again, a quick access to portrait mode and AR emoji right from the standard view. And yeah, so you can also switch to your front camera, and you also have your video right here. So you just toggle that and hit record video and you should be recording. So yeah, pretty much simplistic, straight to the point. I like the camera interface. And now let's get to the picture quality. And I will be posting these pictures on Instagram so you can see how it would feel like, because I know most likely when people use their phones as cameras nowadays, especially, it's to post pictures on social media. So let's start with the first picture, and this is kind of a theme of this phone. The colors are off. There's, I don't know, it does tend to try super hard to over sharpen the quality of the camera, and it just, I don't know, it tries too hard to make the picture look good with what it's got, and I guess you can say it's appreciated, but it doesn't really work. So it seems as though everything is in focus in this picture, and I tried to strictly focus on this subject right here, but it just did not want to do it. It just kept everything in focus. So really kind of distracting picture. Maybe I'm nitpicking, and overall the picture quality, the colors are kind of dimmed down. I wish it was just a little bit brighter, a little more saturation, and a little bit less sharpened. So in this next picture is just me I was trying to still see if that was just me not tapping to focus correctly or not. But yeah, I tried to focus really on just this, on this subject right here, but it just did not want to do it. It tried also to keep everything in the background in focus. I'm not sure why, but also the shadows are just all over the place. It's really dark. There's not a lot of color in this picture, and I don't know. Overall, it's a sad picture, to be honest. And that's kind of the theme of this phone. Now, I may be judging it too harsh, but stay with me. I'll explain to you at the end why. So okay, this is a test of dynamic range, and I was actually surprised. This is better than the previous two pictures. Still the same problem. One, the dynamic range is poor on here, and that's kind of understandable. It is a mid-range, it is So it is a budget phone at the end of the day, but the colors are still dull. I wish there's just more, I don't know, the colors would pop a little bit more. And yeah, so this next picture, I wanted to test out also the color, and just I wanted to make sure that there's a lot going on in the picture, that way to see if I can chip the camera's focus, and it kind of did. The focus on here is on and off. However, this picture is okay, it's decent, it's not really something to brag about or anything like that. And I will be posting them on my Instagram page, so if you want to see what it's like to take pictures on this phone and post them on your social media, definitely check them out there. And this is a quick test of the front-facing camera, and surprisingly the front-facing camera was actually it was okay. The colors are still dull, but it doesn't, I don't know, it still misses focus, but it's a okay selfie. That's really all I can say for it. And this is just a test of the portrait mode. It's fine, but at the same time, when you have a dual camera on your phone, I don't know, the secondary lens, I think it would have been better implemented if it was like a telephoto or a wide angle. A wide angle to me would be better, but if it was just something other than just a portrait as just another sensor for portrait mode, because to me this is kind of a marketing stunt. When you don't have a good quality camera, portrait mode doesn't really matter. And this is another test of the colors. Like you guys see, yeah, the colors just do not pop as well as I would hope so. And the phone is priced nearly as much as the Stylo 5 and the Galaxy A20. So that's where I'm kind of comparing it to in my mind. So definitely, if you want a phone for the camera, the A20 or the Stylo 5 is a better option than the Alcatel 3V. And I also did, let's see, I also did a video test, and here's my conclusion on the video. So you guys can watch it and I'll tell you guys what I think.
Hey, what's up guys, TechTime here, and this is just a quick video test of the Alcatel 3V. And yeah, I mean, the video quality is it's below average, it's just okay. Yeah, it's kind of choppy in a way. There's not a lot of color. It tends to just kind of tries too hard to over sharpen things, but yeah, this is just a quick sample of the video quality. But yeah, like I said, it's a little bit choppy. I don't know.
Okay, so like I said in the video, the video quality is a little bit choppy. It tends to try super hard to just over sharpen everything to make up for the bad quality. But I don't know, the video camera is a struggle, and it maxes out at 2.1 megapixels. So I know you guys are already wanting to dislike this video because I'm giving this phone a hard time in terms of the camera quality, but hey, that's just what it is. That's the truth. This phone's main focus is not really the camera, it's basically the screen. People want larger screens, and kind of Alcatel saw that, and they say, okay, we're gonna spend most of our budget on this phone on making it big rather than just focusing on the camera. We'll add a camera just because we have to have a camera, and we'll add a secondary lens for a marketing stunt, but that's basically it. I'm gonna post these pictures on my social media so you guys can take a look at it and judge it for yourself, to see if that's kind of the camera quality, if it's good enough for you, and if you just prefer to take the larger phone over the camera quality. But overall, if I had to scale it from 1 to 10, comparing it to the A20 or the Stylo 5, it's gonna get like a 4.5 solid 5 out of 10. It's there, and you can snap pictures. It takes pictures quickly, so I'll give it that. The camera interface is pretty simple, and it's nice. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. The picture quality overall is just a little bit below average to me, especially when comparing it to the A20 and the Stylo 5. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to leave you guys with this. I will be doing a full review on this phone, testing out the CPU, even taking a deeper look at the display, the speaker, the camera, and all that other good stuff. Well, the camera we already tested, but the speaker, and just overall, this phone is a package. So yeah, stay tuned. It should be up right after this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, and this is it. I want to thank you all so much for watching this one. If you enjoy my content, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.